Hello and welcome. I'm Saffron and this is Healing Womanhood, and the theme for this month is reclaim. So we're beginning by reclaiming our bodies, and we can reach a point in our lives where we feel really disconnected from our bodies. So this idea of reclaim, our theme for the month, is all about bringing back parts of ourselves, taking ownership again of parts of ourselves that have been lost or abandoned along the way, whether it's as a result of trauma or whether it's just as a result of conditioning or beliefs. There are lots of parts of ourselves that really belong to us and that we can bring ourselves back to. So it might seem strange to think about our bodies in this sense because, of course, we're in our bodies, we've got our bodies, but we can end up in a state where we're kind of dissociated from our bodies, where we don't feel any real connection to our bodies. So it might be that you feel that your body is the enemy, and you can feel this way if your health is not so great and your body might stop you from doing things that you want to do. You can feel this way if your body embarrasses you in public. It might be that your body does things that you don't want it to do. You can often feel betrayed by your body, particularly around the area of pregnancy and birth. We have pregnancies that we don't want, or we don't have pregnancies that we do want, and we can feel like our body's letting us down, or it might not be able to do something that you want it to be able to do. There are so many situations where we can feel like our body is the enemy. And another way that we can kind of let go of our body or feel like our body isn't our own is when we kind of hand it over to someone else. So it can be that we feel that our body belongs to our partner, and they get to decide what happens to our body, or maybe that it belongs to the doctor and they get to decide what happens to our body. And this is of course a much more socially acceptable way of kind of relinquishing responsibility for your body. But responsibility for your body is yours, and I think often it's that sense of responsibility, the weight of that responsibility, that can stop us from wanting to reclaim our bodies. But actually, our bodies know what's best for them. And the more that we can learn to listen to that, the more that we can understand what is best for us. So we're going to begin our tapping by looking at these things, looking at the idea of the body as an enemy, and seeing how we can reframe that. And then looking at the idea of the body belonging to somebody else, and reclaiming responsibility for that, reclaiming the decision-making power over our bodies. And then in the extended version, on our Patreon membership, which you can find by clicking the link in the description, we're going to talk about some parts work. So what part of you feels that your body is the enemy? Where has this belief come from? What part of you feels that it's not safe to have ownership over your body? We're going to look at the evidence that you might have collected throughout your life that your body is the enemy, and we're going to let go of judgments around your body. It's very difficult to come back into oneness with your body if you're judging the way it looks, the way it behaves, what it can do, or anything else about it. So let's start our tapping on the side of the hand, and if you haven't tapped with me before, all you need to do is tap where I'm tapping and repeat what I'm saying. So even though I often feel like my body is the enemy, that's okay. I accept I feel that way, and I want to accept me anyway. Even though I've learnt to believe that my body is the enemy, and so I push it away from me. Maybe I even let it belong to somebody else. That's okay, and I'm okay. And I choose to love and accept all of myself anyway. Even though I have this feeling that my body is the enemy, and I've had all kinds of experiences to back that up, I choose to love and accept all of myself anyway. and then onto the point. I feel that my body is the enemy. Doesn't feel like it's on my side. I can't get it to do what I want it to do. I can't get it to look how I want it to look. My body doesn't cooperate with me. Sometimes I feel like I really hate my body. And part of me doesn't want to admit that. But I've learned to hate my body. And now it's time to undo that learning. I wonder how it would feel to reclaim my body. I wonder how it would feel to accept it as a part of me. I wonder if I can somehow find a feeling of love for my body. That feels really hard at the moment. After everything my body puts me through. But I'm ready to begin to work towards it. I wonder what it would feel like to be on the same side as my body. I wonder what it would feel like to love my body. I wonder what it would feel like to find some gratitude for my body. I'm ready to connect now with the good things that my body gives me. What's good about my body? What does it allow me to do that I enjoy? What does it allow me to experience that feels good? I'm ready to feel some gratitude for these things. I'm ready to be thankful for my body. I'm ready to believe that my body and I are on the same side. And I'm ready to reclaim my body. I'm ready to take ownership of my body. And that might mean taking ownership back. Because sometimes I hand my body over to other people. People that it doesn't really belong to. But people who are only too happy to accept that ownership. I'm ready to take my body back from them. My body doesn't belong to my partner or to anyone else who might want to pass judgments on it. My body is not for them to decide about. And my body doesn't belong to my doctor. They don't get to make the decisions. My body is mine. I get to make the decisions. And I can take their information and make my own decisions. This body belongs to me. This body is a part of who I am. I'm choosing to love every cell of it now. Finding so much love for every part of my body. And my mind might be throwing up ideas of the parts I don't like. My mind might be saying, even your knees that give way on a hill. Or even your head when it hurts. And I'm ready to say yes. Even the parts of me that sometimes hurt. I'm ready to love those parts too. Because maybe they're doing their best. And maybe their pain is a message. Maybe they're trying to let me know about something. Maybe they're trying to give me space to rest. And that would be a very kind thing. I'm ready to give my body the benefit of the doubt. I'm ready to assume that all of my body parts are on my side. And trying to keep me safe. I'm ready to love my body now. I'm ready to be kind and gentle and allow my body to be part of me again. Reclaiming this body as a beautiful part of me now. Take a deep breath. How did that feel? This is a good time to do some journaling. Write down any thoughts that came up and use them in your future tapping. It's a really good idea to just tap around the points and read out what you've written in your journal. That can do some really good clearing. You don't need to worry about getting the words perfect. I'd love to know if anything came up for you there. If you're on our Patreon membership, we're going to carry on tapping just now. If you're on our YouTube channel, why not go to the Patreon membership and watch the extended version of the video. We're going to do some more tapping, go a little bit deeper into this connection with our body, bringing it home, understanding it, loving it, and just generally feeling amazing in our bodies. So I will see you over on the Patreon membership, and if not, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.